Laissez le bon temps rouler.
That means let the good times roll.
Hi, y'all. I'm Chuck from Old Southern Kitchen and Garden.
And I'm your boy Dale.
And today we're going to bring together two of Louisiana's favorite things and make one great dish for you.
And that is bread pudding and king cakes.
While we're getting everything together,
take a look at some pictures from us two at past Mardi Gras.
As you can see from that video, Dale hasn't met a hat, cap, or headpiece he doesn't like, especially that blue one. Well, let's get started with today's recipe. This is a traditional king cake from Louisiana that everyone eats during the Mardi Gras season. What a king cake is basically, it's just a basic dough that's stuffed with cinnamon and sugar, rolled and baked into an oval shape, topped with a cream cheese frosting, and of course, purple, green, and gold sugar. And what we're going to do for today's recipe is take this king cake and cut it into bite-sized pieces and put it in the bowl. I'll see you again in a minute once I get this all cut up. If when you purchase your king cake, the baby is not sitting outside of the cake, you want to make sure you dig it out before you start cutting and baking. The baby is a tradition in Louisiana that's hidden in every king cake, and whoever finds the piece of king cake with the baby is required to buy the next king cake for the next party. We're going to hide this one in the bread pudding when it's done. Now, all a bread pudding is any type of bread. I know growing up we made it with any stale bread. We had mostly French bread with an egg custard that's mixed in, and then it's baked. In this bowl, I have 10 eggs, which I've already cracked because I didn't think you needed to sit around while I cracked eggs. And what I want to do is whisk them really well. You always want to do this step first because if you add the sugar prior, you'll get bits and pieces of yellow egg throughout the bread pudding. If it's already mixed and whisked, you'll get a much creamier consistency. I also am going to add 1 cup of sugar. On most bread puddings, you usually add more sugar, but because the king cake itself has brown sugar, cinnamon, and the topping has cream cheese with sugar, you want to reduce it by quite a bit when you're making this dish. Next, we're going to add some pure Mexican vanilla. I have 2 teaspoons in here. And as you can see, I just whisked everything as it's being added. Then we're going to add 1 cup of half and half. And 3 cups of heavy whipping cream, which is almost this whole container. Each one of these containers has 4 cups. And then once again, we're going to whisk it really well to get everything incorporated. Once you get this done, what you're going to do is pour this mixture into your cut up king cake pieces. You're going to want to cover everything and let the pieces get soggy. And the fastest way to do that, I do have clean hands right now, is to get in there and mash it up. What it's going to do is create pretty much a custard between the bread pieces with a crispy top. And then once we get everything incorporated, I'm going to get Dale to come in here and hold this bowl while I put it in a baking pan that I have coated with ghee. Once again, ghee is a butter mixture that you can actually keep on the counter. It has a high flash point, but it also will reduce sticking. Let's pour all this in
Just
here.
so y'all know, I ghee the pan.
And I mean, that's how easy a bread pudding is. You saw us go from start to finish. You can have everything in the pan.
Is that it?
That's it, literally within a couple of minutes. And then we'll just cover this with foil and we'll bake it for 45 minutes with the foil on at 350 degrees. Then we'll remove the foil and add butter to the top, which will give a nice little salty, sweet action going on in the pan. And we'll bake it for an additional 15 minutes so that the top can get a little crispy before we add a cream cheese frosting on the top. Welcome back, guys. The king cake has been baking for an hour. It's custardy inside but crispy on the outside. I've let it cool off enough so that when we put the icing on, it won't melt. So a good tip is if you're going to do icing and don't have a pastry bag, all you need is a Ziploc bag and you can get all the icing on at once.
And everyone knows the icing is the best part.
Now this is my own personal icing. I don't use just a regular cream cheese icing. I always make a cream cheese buttercream. You just want to make sure you get it fully coated, and then we're going to use a pastry spatula.
And Chuck, do you want to tell them some of the different kinds for the people that don't know? King cakes are filled with many, many different things. They're filled with strawberries, blueberries. There's ones with chocolate in it, ones with pudding in it.
Yeah, the Bavarian cream's my favorite.
Yes.
Most of them are usually filled with a fruit concoction. They do have chantilly, which is mixed with a chantilly cream and mixed berries. Very good.
Okay, that one is like very close to the pudding one, Bavarian, that chantilly one is.
And my all-time favorite is a pecan praline and cream cheese filling. The mixture of those two are amazing.
And what's the one I love that I think is known from like the Zulu parade?
Yeah, the Zulu king cake, which is caramel pecan. Some of them add coconut, but it's always chocolate and caramel and pecan on it.
And I love chocolate, caramel, pecan, and coconut.
And we'll make a little seat for the baby. You want to come put some sugar on it?
I will do. And while I'm putting the sugar on it, Chuck can tell you that the tradition used to be that the little baby right here would go inside the king cake, and whoever got that piece, they had to buy the next king cake. Is that correct, Chuck?
That is correct.
But too many people wanted a check and was suing over getting the baby in their piece and choking on it, supposedly. So nowadays, places just put the baby on the top, where if you want to put it in there, you're the one getting sued, not them.
Now this is just purple, green, and gold sugar just to add a pop of color to it. It's usually on the top of all king cakes except for the Zulu. So we're just going to add a little bit on there.
You tell me when, because I'll keep on adding. That's good? Really? Okay, so.
We have a lot of sugar in it.
We're going to take our little baby right there. Let's see. I want y'all to be able to see this good. And I don't know if we have been getting the little baby up close enough for y'all. Let's see. See the little baby? So, we are going to put him right here on top of the little seat we made for him. And there he is.
And there we go. Now you have a king cake bread pudding, which is going to be a mixture of the cinnamon, the brown sugar, and now the cream cheese on top.
And guys, if you ever have a chance to go to New Orleans, we've been a million times. New Orleans is a wonderful, beautiful city with so much to do, even if you don't go during Mardi Gras. But Mardi Gras, as long as you're not, a prude, Mardi Gras is wild.
You'll pretty much see anything.
And everything. So,
if you like this video, please consider subscribing to our page, hitting the bell so that you get notifications of every video we post. And please like this video and comment below what types of bread puddings you've had, or if you've been to Mardi Gras and what you've experienced.
Yes, and I promise you, this one will not be the only bread pudding we make. We're going to make many other kinds, but we kind of wanted to get this one out because Mardi Gras is
a few weeks away.
So quickly. So, thanks again for stopping by, y'all, and we will see you on the next video.
Bye, guys.